So we've picked depression today. Sobbing at the whole end of this book. I feel like it somehow correlates to The View Between Villages. Connell is literally me. Anyways, wow. I like can't believe I'm literally about to cry. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to part 2 of a series that I just adore so much, and that series is none other than Songs Pick Book Recs. The last time that I filmed one of these videos, I just had so much fun filming it, so we're back again for round 2. Basically, if you don't know how this video is gonna work, I just push shuffle on my All My Songs playlist on Spotify, and then whatever song pops up, I'm gonna try to find a book that correlates to that song. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into today's video. First song is Love is Embarrassing by Olivia Rodrigo. Let me find a book that correlates to this. I feel like I need to find like a female main character who just doesn't really believe in love or doesn't really like love. I think the book I'm gonna pick for this one is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. Granted, I feel like Love is Embarrassing by Olivia Rodrigo is giving more of a like high school romance type of vibe, and it is a little bit of a deeper book, but I truly feel like our main character in this book, she just does not love love at all. Like after her last boyfriend embarrassed her so badly, she's like, no. In the beginning of this book, and I feel like honestly like 50% is when she finally flips the script. So if you're looking for a book character that's giving Love is Embarrassing, I feel like she'd do it for you in a heartbeat, okay? Let me read some lyrics that I think will correlate. Just watch as I crucify myself for some weird second string loser who's not worth mentioning. Literally her ex-boyfriend in this book. Second string loser who's not worth mentioning. Then just the simple I give up, I'll give up everything. The Dead Romantics is what I'm gonna recommend for this one. I don't think that the necessary like vibe and like beat of the song really makes sense with this book. The lyrics make so much sense with our main character, so I'm gonna recommend this book. And if you guys don't know what The Dead Romantics is about, basically you're following our main character Florence. Her dad ends up passing away and she ends up going back to her hometown and to deal with all of the stuff that comes along with somebody in your life passing away. The crazy thing about Florence is that she can actually see ghosts. She literally grew up like in a funeral home, and then her new editor, I believe he's her new editor, ends up passing away, and it's literally a love story between Florence and the ghost. It sounds crazy, but I actually loved it. Like, why do I actually like root for her and a ghost right now? Anyways, this is the book I think I'm gonna pair with Love is Embarrassing by Olivia Rodrigo. Okay, let's do our next song. Sign of the Times by Harry Styles. I kid you not, every single time I hear the song Sign of the Times by Harry Styles, I think about one book and one book only, and one man and one man only. The Storied Life of AJ Fikry. I feel like I never get to speak about this book. I read it so long ago and it still just holds such a special place in my heart. I feel like literally a piece of my heart is carved out for this book. I truly think that AJ Fikry relates to Sign of the Times so much because the first part of this book's plotline is basically AJ Fikry is just really numb to the world after his wife died in a tragic car accident, and he ends up adopting this girl named Maya, basically ends up having a daughter. That is the first part of the book, but the second part of the book, AJ Fikry is literally dying. So I just feel like Sign of the Times, like, it's like this with AJ Fikry, okay? I feel like I need to read to you guys some lyrics so you guys understand. If you haven't listened to Sign of the Times, and if you haven't listened to Harry Styles, what are you doing here? Think about Harry Styles every single day, and I need him to release an album immediately. Just the beginning line saying, just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times, welcome to the final show. You look pretty good down here, but you ain't really good. Brings me right back to when I was literally sobbing at the whole end of this book. I feel like the last 50% of this book, like the second it hit part 2, waterworks. Like if you could have collected my tears, you would have enough to give water to a whole village. Like I couldn't have stopped crying if I tried. It says, we don't talk enough, we should open up before it's all too much. Truly, I just feel like that correlates to him so much because in the beginning of the book, he was very closed off and numb. He ends up falling in love also throughout this book. And I feel like through him falling in love again, he opened up more and more. Literally let me out of this cage. I need to be sent to a mental asylum every single time I talk about this book. I need to do a reread of this book immediately, actually. There's a wasp in my cabin. What do I do? Do I like spray it or something? Go away, go away. We don't want you here, go. Do I like swat it? Please go. Please? No, seriously, go. Windows that way, windows that way, please leave. Okay, I'm just gonna wait here. Don't mind me, guys. The next song we have for this video is... So, We've picked depression today. Bigger Than the Whole Sky by Taylor Swift. I'm gonna try not to destroy you guys too much in this video, but I feel like these book recommendations are just like hit after hit after hit. The book I'm gonna pick for Bigger Than the Whole Sky by Taylor Swift is A Man Called Ove. I just feel like this is his song. Been on my channel long enough, I feel like you've heard me talk about this book countless amount of times, but if you haven't and you don't know what this book is about, basically you're following this old man named Ove. He lost his wife and ever since has just become numb and angry at the world. He doesn't really see the point in being alive anymore. It becomes a very, very deep topic in the book. Look up trigger warnings. Honestly, for any of the books that I've mentioned, this book just really, really hurt me. I feel like the way I interpret Bigger Than the Whole Sky is obviously the loss of somebody that you love. It's a song about grief. That's put very simply, it's just a song about grief. The way the lyrics in the song repeat constantly, and also the backing track of this song is just very like quiet. It kind of feels like the wind. Literally sums up exactly how it feels to feel numb about grief. Let me read you some lyrics, of course. Every single thing I touch becomes sick with sadness because it's all over now, all out to sea. Just every single thing I touch becomes sick with sadness. That's genuinely how Ove feels throughout this entire book. Of course, the main thing is the chorus. It says, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. You are bigger than the whole sky. You are more than just a short time, and I've got a lot to pine about. I've got a lot to live without. I'm never gonna meet what could have been, would have been, what should have been you. I just feel like this is literally Ove and his wife. I know that she passed away when they were both older, but I feel like she had so much more life left, and like she had so many more things that she was set out to want to do, and it just really breaks my soul. Like, I'm really trying not to cry here. I promise I'm trying so hard not to cry. If you guys like the song Bigger Than the Whole Sky, even if you guys don't like that song, I truly think that this book will just change your perspective on a lot of things. And Frederick Bachman, I have a bone to pick with you about the ending. I understand why it happened, but stop. I literally am disheveled. Let's move on to our next song. Okay, the next song we have is I Told You Things by Gracie Abrams. I love Gracie Abrams. I'll be the first to say it and the last to say it. I feel like I Told You Things by Gracie Abrams is obviously about a toxic relationship. I interpret this song as somebody just literally told this other person everything about them. This person knows everything about them. And then that person who knows everything about them basically went and just screwed everything up. You're kind of realizing now how messed up the situation was in the first place. I feel like you guys should know what book I'm gonna pick for this one. Everybody, hold on to your horses because I have to pick Normal People by Sally Rooney for this one. I just feel like Marianne and Connell's relationship is literally the epitome of this song. I feel like this book is just described as a situationship. There were a few things in the book where I was like, I don't get it, but I just feel like it's a coming of age sort of story. It's obviously following these two high school kids, but then it follows them, I believe, like over more than a decade of their situationship happening, and you're kind of just seeing them form into complete human beings and who they kind of were just meant to be in the first place. And watching them go through all of these different trials and tribulations, and especially on the mental health side, I really, really appreciated. I feel like Connell is literally me. I don't know if that's necessarily a good or bad thing. Probably a bad thing, but I'll be the first one to say it that I relate to Connell just so much. I feel like Marianne would be the one singing I Told You Things. I feel like it would just be from Marianne's perspective. I told you things that I never said. You're the golden boy and my worst regret. So I cut the cost and I limit feeling. I just feel like that literally sums up who Marianne is. In the beginning of this book, when they were in high school, Marianne saw Connell as this just like perfect light that she like needed to be with. And then I guess the more we went on in the story, Marianne kind of just realized that Connell's not all he was cracked up to be in the first place. And she literally cuts off all of her feelings. Yesterday, I stopped and played it safe instead of walking straight to you to say, stay. Never mind, okay. Don't mean it. Plus, you've changed. Not much, but just enough to throw away fake fantasies and games. I've lost a year, it's strange. No, you've lost decades, girl. Composed 100 ways to tell you, hey, what if I took your call as more than just a call, as writing on the walls, you built this cage. I can continue. Lost color in my face. You're fair and I'm insane. Hallucination, shame, guilt, pain, more pain. Literally Marianne and Connell. Point proven. No further evidence needed. Okay, let's skip and see what our next song is. Oh, The View Between Villages by Noah Kahan. Oh, this is like literally my crash out song. When the bridge starts happening, I am going off a bridge. This is my crash out song. This recommendation I'm about to pull might be absolutely insane. I don't know if I'm okay with you guys not agreeing with me. I'm not ready for that backlash, but I think I'm gonna pick Beartown by Frederick Bachman for The View Between Villages. I feel like I need to explain. Basically, the way that I interpret The View Between Villages is this person stuck in their hometown. Every single time they try to leave or even think about getting out, all of the things that happen to them keep rushing back to them. All the good and all the bad. All the things that I lost here, the people I knew, they got me surrounded for a mile or two. Cars in reverse, I'm gripping the wheel, I'm back between villages and everything still. The amount of things that she went through, I don't know, I just feel like they correlate somehow. If you guys don't know what Beartown is about, I almost don't want to tell you, but the idea of this book is that Beartown is a very hockey-based town, but it's a very secluded, cold, bitter town, and basically hockey is what like brings them all back alive. So it kind of like falls the responsibility on all of the like teenagers in Beartown to try to bring hockey back to life. So it's following a lot of the teenagers, and a very, very tragic event happens that, oh my god, I'm like gonna cry thinking about it, because Maya, oh my god, anyways, wow. I like can't believe I'm literally about to cry. But this book absolutely destroyed me. I ended up giving this book 5 stars. I loved it so much. Can't wait to continue the series. I love Frederick Bachman's writing. I don't know. I just feel like it somehow correlates to The View Between Villages. I don't know if that's just because of the idea of a small town or if it actually correlates. That's my personal recommendation to this song. Okay, everyone, with all that being said, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you guys want a part 3, let me know. I definitely will film one because I've had so much fun filming this. And if you guys want to, please stick around for some more videos. I post reading vlogs, normal vlogs. I'm gonna try to do this post-grad series happening on my channel. A bunch of new fun things happening in my life, so you guys are gonna see all of it. Like, comment, share, all of the things you know how to do, okay? And I'll see you guys super soon for another video. Goodbye.